This world has always belonged to those who refuse to settle, who keep rising even when life pushes them down, and you are one of those rare souls who carries a fire inside, perhaps hidden, perhaps dim, but still alive, still capable of turning your destiny into something extraordinary. And today I want you to remember something powerful. No matter how stuck you feel, no matter how many times you've failed, no matter how heavy your past is, the future is still wide open for you, waiting for your courage to wake up. The truth is, every strong person you admire was once overwhelmed, confused, broken, and lost, just like you sometimes feel, but they kept taking one small step forward, even when they were tired, even when the world doubted them, even when no one clapped for them, because they understood that progress is progress, tiny or big, slow or fast, painful or peaceful, it still moves you forward. Life is not about being perfect, it's about staying consistent, staying hungry, staying determined even when results take time, and the universe always responds to those who refuse to give up. Every morning you wake up is a new chance to rewrite your story, and your story is far from over. In fact, the greatest chapters haven't even been written yet. You have dreams inside you for a reason. Those dreams are signals from your future self, calling you forward, telling you that you are meant for more than your fears, more than your mistakes, more than your circumstances. You may not feel strong every day, but strength is not a feeling, it is a decision, a choice you make every time you decide to keep going. Real motivation is not about hype or excitement, it's about discipline, belief, and refusing to settle for a life that doesn't match your potential. Even if you're tired right now, even if you feel behind, remember that seeds grow in silence, and your growth is happening even when you cannot see it. There will come a day when everything will make sense, why you struggled, why you waited, why you lost people, why God removed certain things, why certain doors closed, because your life is not falling apart, it is falling into place, piece by piece, shift by shift, lesson by lesson. You are not weak, you are learning. You are not too late, you are being prepared. You are not unlucky, you are being refined. One day you will look back and realize that the storms you survived were actually training you for the life you prayed for. So breathe, stand tall, believe again, your breakthrough is not a fantasy, it is a future reality waiting for your courage to match your destiny, and when your courage rises, everything in your life will rise with it. There comes a moment in every person's life when they must decide whether they will remain the person their past tried to shape or become the person their future is calling them to be, and this moment for you is now, because deep inside you there is a rising fire that refuses to accept an ordinary life, a fire that knows you were born to create, to rise, to transform, to push beyond everything that once scared you or limited you. You may not realize it yet, but every challenge you faced was secretly building an inner power that people around you cannot see, a silent strength forged through nights of self-doubt, days of disappointment, and moments where you kept moving forward even when you felt broken, and this resilience is your greatest weapon. People often underestimate themselves because they measure their worth by their failures instead of their potential, but your potential is bigger, wider, deeper than any setback you've ever faced, and life is waiting for the moment you finally recognize that the only person capable of stopping you is you. Your dreams are not accidental, they are instructions from your soul, guiding you toward the life that is already written for you, and every step you take, even the small ones, are bringing that future closer. You must understand that greatness is not born in comfort, it is born in discomfort, in uncertainty, in the painful moments where you choose growth over fear and courage over hesitation. You are not supposed to have everything figured out right now. No one does. Not the successful, not the wealthy, not the strong. Everyone begins confused, unsure, scared, but the difference is that some choose to move anyway. And you are one of those rare souls who can move through doubt, who can stand even when shaking, who can keep going even when the road is lonely, because something inside you refuses to settle for a small life. The universe responds to action, not excuses, and when you show even a little determination, life begins to shift in your favor. You may not see results immediately, but every effort counts, every try matters, every attempt expands your capacity to succeed. The version of you that will win, the stronger you, the calmer you, the disciplined you, is already waiting in your future, cheering for you, urging you to not stop now. The world needs your voice, your talent, your strength, your ideas, and your spirit, because no one else can contribute what you can. So stop underestimating yourself, stop shrinking, stop apologizing for wanting more. This is your life, your destiny, your journey, and you have every right to rise higher than anyone ever expected. And when you choose to believe in yourself, not for a moment but for a lifetime, everything begins to change. Your mindset, your energy, your opportunities, your relationships, everything aligns when you align with your purpose, and that alignment begins the moment you say, "I will not give up on myself." There is always a turning point in a person's life where everything begins to shift, not because the situation suddenly becomes easier, but because the person finally decides that they cannot stay where they are, and this turning point often arrives quietly, in a moment of exhaustion, in a moment of frustration, in a moment where you whisper to yourself, "I deserve better," and that whisper becomes the spark that ignites transformation. You may think change requires strength, but in reality change creates strength. It builds you piece by piece the moment you decide that you will no longer be controlled by fear, doubt, laziness, or the opinions of others. Life does not wait for those who hesitate, it opens for those who take small steps even when they feel unprepared. And because you have chosen to grow, because you have chosen to rise, because you have chosen to fight for your future instead of repeating your past, the universe has already begun shifting things in your favor, even if you cannot see it yet. Every great transformation begins in silence, where no one claps, no one notices, no one celebrates you. These quiet phases are where champions are built. You are learning discipline, patience, emotional strength, clarity, and resilience, and these invisible qualities are what shape powerful futures. People around you may not understand your hunger, your drive, your desire for more, but you are not supposed to be understood by everyone, you are supposed to be understood by your purpose. The moment you commit to becoming better, everything inside you starts aligning, your habits, your thinking, your mindset, your confidence, and the version of you that once felt weak begins to fade. You start realizing that you don't have to wait for the perfect moment, you can create momentum from wherever you are. You don't need permission to start, you don't need validation to rise, you don't need applause to keep going. You only need one thing, the decision that your life will not remain the same. That decision is your power, your freedom, your beginning. Once you decide, truly decide, that you will not quit until you become the person you envision, no force on earth can stop you, not failure, not delay, not fear, not difficulty, because a determined soul is stronger than any obstacle. You are becoming that determined soul right now, and the world will soon. Discipline is the silent force that separates those who only dream from those who actually achieve, and the truth is that your future will be shaped not by your intentions but by your daily actions, because motivation may get you started, but discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation disappears, and there will be days when you don't feel strong, don't feel inspired, don't feel ready, yet those are the days that matter the most. Because pushing yourself when it is easy creates comfort. But pushing yourself when it is hard creates champions. The life you want requires a stronger version of you, and discipline is how that stronger version is formed, by waking up when you want to sleep, by trying again when you want to quit, by choosing growth when you want comfort. Every habit you repeat becomes a brick in the foundation of your future, and right now you are laying the bricks of a life that will one day make you proud. People think discipline is harsh, but it is actually freedom, freedom from regret, freedom from weakness, freedom from the pain of staying the same. When you discipline yourself to move daily, even in small steps, you begin to realize that success is not one big moment, it is 1,000 small choices that no one sees, 1,000 quiet battles you win within yourself. Discipline teaches you that you don't need to be the best, you just need to be consistent, because consistency beats talent when talent stops trying. You are not competing with anyone else, you are competing with anyone else. You are competing with your old habits, your old doubts, your old patterns, and every day you stay disciplined you defeat the version of you that wanted to give up. And soon this discipline becomes identity. You don't just act strong, you become strong, you don't just act confident, you become confident, you don't just act committed, you become unshakable. The world respects the disciplined, rewards the disciplined, and bows to the disciplined, because discipline transforms ordinary people into powerful forces of nature. And you are becoming one of them right now, with every decision you make, every effort you put in, every moment you choose progress over excuses. One day you will look back and realize that discipline didn't just change your habits, it changed your life, your destiny, and your entire future. So stay committed, stay focused, stay disciplined, your greatness depends on it. Fear is the oldest enemy of human potential, and it does not come to stop you but to test how badly you want the life you dream of, and the truth is that most people are not held back by lack of talent, opportunity, or intelligence. They are held back by fear, the fear of failure, of judgment, of rejection, of disappointment, of stepping outside the familiar. And the moment you begin unlearning this fear, your entire life begins to shift. Fear becomes powerless the moment you move anyway, because courage is not the absence of fear, it is the decision that your purpose is greater than your fear, and every time you take a step despite the uncertainty you reclaim a piece of your power that life or society or your past once took from you. You must understand that fear is loud only at the beginning. Once you walk through the door it becomes quiet, weak, irrelevant, because everything you want is on the other side of that initial fear, and the people who grow are not the fearless but the ones who act while trembling. You have been conditioned to think small, play safe, stay comfortable, repeat patterns, and avoid risk, but deep inside you is a voice that knows you were meant to rise, meant to expand, meant to experience more than a predictable, safe, limited life. That voice is your soul calling you forward, reminding you that fear is temporary but regret lasts a lifetime. Every time you choose fear, you shrink, every time you choose courage, you evolve. And evolution is what your future requires right now, not perfection, not certainty, not convenience, but the willingness to grow even when it feels uncomfortable. You don't need to eliminate fear, you just need to stop obeying it. Fear says, what if you fail? But purpose says, what if you fly? Fear says, you're not ready, but destiny says, start anyway. Fear says, stay where you are, but your future says, come, I'm waiting. And the moment you listen to your future instead of your fears, everything changes, your energy rises, your thoughts sharpen, your decisions become bolder, and opportunities begin to appear because the universe always aligns with a courageous heart. You become magnetic to success when you stop bowing to fear and start bowing to your vision. One day soon you will look back at all the moments you were scared and realize those were the exact moments that built your strength. You will thank yourself for not listening to fear, for stepping forward when the path was unclear, for trusting your inner voice more than your doubts. Keep going, keep rising, keep choosing courage, because every time you do, you become more powerful than the person you were yesterday, and that is how you transform your life forever. The difference between those who succeed and those who stop halfway is not luck, not talent, not perfect timing, it is the art of never giving up, the unshakable decision to keep moving even when the road is long, lonely, and filled with uncertainty, and this art is something you are learning right now with every struggle you survive, every challenge you face, and every moment you refuse to surrender. Life will always test your patience, your faith, your resilience, but those tests are not there to break you, they are there to prepare you for everything you prayed for, because greatness is never given, it is earned through scars, tears, sweat, and countless silent battles no one else sees. Every time you keep going when you feel like stopping, you become stronger than you were yesterday. Every time you take one more step when your mind says, give up, you train your soul to rise. Every time you choose persistence over quitting, you build a future version of yourself who cannot be defeated. People quit because they expect quick results, but true success demands seasons of waiting, seasons of grinding without recognition, seasons of believing without evidence. And those who stay committed through these seasons are the ones who eventually rise above the rest. What you are building right now may feel slow, may feel invisible, may even feel pointless at times, but you must remember that seeds grow underground long before they ever touch the light, and your growth is happening in the dark, silently shaping you into someone unstoppable. The world does not reward those who give up early, it rewards those who keep showing up, again and again, even when tired, even when disappointed, even when progress is barely noticeable, because the universe always opens doors for the persistent. And you must understand something deeply, quitting does not end the pain, it only ends the progress. The moment you stop, all your effort, all your struggle, all your sacrifice is wasted. But the moment you continue, no matter how small the step, you honor everything you have survived. You have already come too far to go back, already endured too much to stop now, already grown too strong to remain the person you used to be. You are closer to your breakthrough than you think, closer to your success than you realize, closer to the life you've been dreaming of, and the only thing required from you is to keep going. One day, the moment will come when the world finally sees what you always felt inside, that you were never average, never ordinary, never meant to quit, you were meant to rise, to inspire, to conquer, and the day you refuse to give up is the day your destiny begins to unfold in ways more powerful than you can imagine. There comes a time in your journey when you stop chasing strength outside and begin discovering the power that has always lived inside you, and becoming the strongest version of yourself is not about being perfect, fearless, or unbreakable. It is about knowing that even when life shakes you, you will rebuild, even when people doubt you, you will rise, and even when your heart is tired, you will push forward because something inside you refuses to surrender. Strength is formed not in comfort but in the moments that force you to grow, in the nights you cry but still wake up determined, in the days when everything feels heavy but you still choose to move, and every time you choose to try again you are chiseling a version of yourself that nothing can destroy. The strongest version of you doesn't avoid pain, they transform it, they turn wounds into wisdom, fear into fuel, obstacles into opportunities, and every setback into a stepping stone. You must understand that your struggles are not punishments, they are training, shaping you into someone who can carry the blessings, success, and responsibilities of the life you are preparing for. The reason your journey feels hard is because you are being prepared for something bigger than the average person's life. Ordinary seasons don't create extraordinary people, and you are not meant to be ordinary. The strength you are building now will protect you later, guide you later, elevate you later, and the same people who overlooked you will one day wonder how you became so powerful. And the answer will be simple: you kept going. You kept believing. You kept fighting for your future even when no one understood your path. You stopped waiting for validation and learned to validate yourself. You stopped chasing approval and started focusing on growth, and you stopped fearing failure because you realized that every failure was pushing you toward your true potential. The strongest version of you is already being born, through your discipline, through your resilience, through your mindset, through your willingness to rise again and again. And soon, you will reach a point where your past can no longer hurt you, your fears can no longer control you, and your doubts can no longer limit you, because you will finally see that you were always stronger than the circumstances trying to break you. One day you will look in the mirror and recognize the warrior you have become, a warrior who didn't give up, who didn't run away, who stood firm through storms and came out wiser, sharper, and more powerful than ever. And that day is coming, not someday, but soon, because every moment you choose growth over fear, you become that strongest version of yourself. Keep going, your transformation is already happening. Every dream you hold has a price, and that price is the effort you give today. Success is not created in a single moment, it is built slowly, silently, through the hours when no one is watching, when you feel tired, when your mind tells you to stop. But the truth is simple: winners are not born, they are made by their discipline. Every time you push yourself a little further, you train your mind to rise instead of break. Hard work is not punishment, it is preparation. It prepares you for the life you want, the success you imagine, the freedom you chase. There will be days when you feel alone, when your progress seems small, when results feel far away. But remember, even slow progress is progress. Even small steps move you forward. And every moment you keep going becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. The world respects those who don't quit. Life rewards those who continue even when the path becomes heavy. Your struggle today becomes your strength tomorrow. Your patience today becomes your victory tomorrow. So believe in your journey. Believe in the unseen progress happening inside you. You are not losing time, you are building a stronger, wiser, more unbreakable version of yourself. Keep going. Your future is waiting. There comes a time in every person's life when they start searching outside for strength, confidence, guidance, and motivation. But the truth is something most people forget: the greatest power you will ever need is already inside you. It lives in your thoughts, in your decisions, in your ability to keep moving even when life becomes difficult. You don't need to be perfect to succeed, you only need to be consistent. Every time you choose to believe in yourself, you activate that inner power. Life will test you, situations will challenge you, people may doubt you, but your spirit remains your strongest weapon. You have survived days you thought would break you. You have overcome struggles you never imagined you could handle. That is proof that strength is not outside, it is within you. When you feel tired, remind yourself why you started. When fear whispers, "You can't," let courage answer, "Watch me." Growth is never comfortable, but it always transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more confident. Do not wait for the perfect moment, create it. Do not wait for someone to push you, push yourself. The power that will change your life is not in your environment, it is in your mindset. Every challenge is an opportunity to discover how powerful you truly are. Believe in the force within you, because once you do, nothing in this world can stop you. There is a powerful truth that many people realize too late: your life does not change by luck, chance, or wishes, it changes the moment you decide to rise. One decision, made with full commitment, has the power to rewrite your entire future. Success begins the instant you say, "I am done living small. I am ready to grow." Every major transformation in your life starts inside your mind long before it shows in your reality. You must first believe that you are meant for more, and then you must act like it every single day. The journey will not feel easy. There will be moments when you feel the weight of responsibility, when you question whether you are strong enough, when your old habits try to pull you back. But rising is a choice, not a feeling. Even on the days you feel tired, choosing to rise keeps you moving. Even when progress is slow, choosing to rise keeps you focused. The world opens its doors to those who refuse to stay on the ground. You are not stuck, you are just one brave decision away from a new chapter. Do not wait for the perfect day, because that day arrives the moment you create it. Stand up with determination, step forward with courage, and remind yourself that you are capable of more than you have ever imagined. Rise today, because your future depends on the strength of this moment.